Hey guys, Ponce here with a bit of a PvE update for you guys. The preseason 2021 item overhaul rework thing that Riot's been planning for quite some time now will finally be available for testing very shortly. PvE is going down now, and all this stuff will be in-game, and you can look forward to the in-game footage and what the hell each item does and all that stuff very, very soon here. But for now, we have this little article to take a look at here. Now, so I'm going to go over what's going on here. I'm not going to go over every single item because you can see I'm just going to scroll through this stuff. It just kind of keeps going and going and going. There's a lot being done. So I'm going to explain the system. We'll look at maybe a few items so you get a rough idea, and then eventually we'll be able to look at everything in game and test stuff because that's the important stuff. Yeah, basically this is going to be an extended 6-week testing period, as you can see here, and because I imagine this is going to really mess with balance. It's not just like introducing a new character or reworking character or something. These are items that affect everyone. Since the beginning of League of Legends, that's generally where the huge balance implications have been whenever they try and updating items, and they're updating a lot. Especially with this new Mythic system. Now, just to be clear with what this Mythic system is, it's basically a higher tier of item that exists from items now. So, for example, Legendary tier is currently the highest. So things like Guardian Angel and Bloodthirster and stuff like that. There's going to be a tier 1 above that. And you're only allowed to have 1 per game. According to an earlier article written by Riot here, they basically want... or rather, they suspect people will be building that item first. You kind of rush that one item and you start building stuff from there. But let's just take an example item here. So for example, we have a marksman mythic or an AD carry mythic called Gale Force. It's supposed to be a mobility type item. Costs a bunch here, a bunch of gold. 55 attack damage, 20% attack speed, 25% critical strike chance. And this is where the interesting stuff comes in here, is the actives and the passives and stuff like that. So active Zephyr Strike. Dash in a target direction, firing 3 missiles at the lowest health enemy near your destination, prioritizing champions. Deals a total of a bunch of damage, plus 30% bonus attack damage. Magic damage increased against low health targets by up to 50% against targets at 30% health. 90-second cooldown. So it gives you basically something a little bit similar to the Rocket Belt passive, essentially, but on an AD carry item. So you'll see going forward, it's like a mix of passives and actives. So yeah, there's a bunch of items that give like extra mobility to people, which seems pretty crazy. Because, typically mobility or characters are balanced a lot around whether or not they have mobility or not having mobility, and giving it to characters through items, or a wider variety of characters through items. That's an interesting prospect. I imagine that the dash distances are pretty short. But anyway, that's enough on that concept. We'll talk about that maybe later. Mythic passive grants all other legendary items 3% move speed. So this is the other thing that all the mythics seem to have in common, is that it has this passive where all the legendaries you have gain blank bonus. You'll see from the next thing here, Kraken Slayer, its mythic passive is grants all other legendary items 10% attack speed. So that's how it works there. It's broken down into... By the way, if you want to read each individual item, you might want to. I will link to this article in the description below so you can check it out. Because again, you don't need me to sit here reading this to you like, you're some kid listening to a bedtime story. But this way you can tailor your experience, just look at what you're interested in. So yeah, there's the Marksman Mythics. There's the Tank Mythics. There's 80 Assassin Mythics. As you can see, there's a wide variety of stuff. I should probably also note that there are a couple system changes as well. You're going to notice different types of vamp. There's like physical vamp, spell vamp. There's still lifesteal, and so they all function slightly differently. Anyway, moving on here. Oh, ability haste. So they've replaced the old cooldown reduction system. It's not 10 to, or well, I guess 0 to 40%. It's supposed to scale more linearly, like a flat stat, not a percentage. So I'm not going to sit here explaining this, but it works differently now. There's AP Mythics for people with mana. There's AP Mythics for non-mana users, which is good that, Riot's kind of thinking about the non-mana AP champion. Since if it's an AP champion, I tend to prefer the non-mana ones. So like the AP tanky bruiser type characters. But anyway, 80 Fighter Mythics. Interestingly, Trinity Force is an 80 fighter mythic, so they upgraded what Trinity Force is in a sense. Trinity Force always kind of went in that direction anyway with the cost and all the stuff that built into it. But anyway, let's not talk about Trinity Force. There's Enchanter Mythics, so support. I don't know why Riot does these funky names that no one actually uses, but I don't know. Have they conned you guys into using names like Enchanter and Marksman and crap like that? Or do we all just still say AD carry and whatever? So that's all the mythics there. It's a pretty long list as is. And on top of that, there's just straight up new items, so new legendary tier items like the Collector, which costs 3,000 gold, 45 attack damage, 20% critical strike chance, 18% or 18 lethality. Contract Killer. If you deal damage that would leave an enemy below 5%, kill them. Kills grant you an additional 25 gold. Stuff like that going forward. Oh, wait. Oh, hey, I didn't actually see that one on my first glance through. Force of Nature. They brought the damn thing back. I'm actually going to read this because I'm curious. 2,900 gold, 350 health, 55 magic resist, 7 movement speed. Rhythm of Ionia. Taking ability damage grants you 6 movement speed and 4 magic resist for 5 seconds. Stacks up to 5 times, 1 stack per unique ability. Alright, they finally brought the damn thing back. I remember, slight aside, I hope you guys don't mind. I remember way back in the day when they took Force of Nature away, and they would basically, Riot was like, it's for your own good. It's a bad item in basically every single context. It's a trap item. And it was absolutely not true. There were contexts, there were a useful number of contexts when you actually wanted to build Force of Nature. It was... I don't want to go on this rant right now, but it was annoying that they just took it away and they blatantly lied to people. Or they were, maybe not lied. Either they were incompetent or they lied. I don't know. One or the other. But it was the early days. No one knew what the hell they were doing, right? Alright, so anyway, that's all that crap there. There's actually a lot of items here. Updated legendary items. So these are just stat updates. So it's going to go all the way down here like this. More. Oh my god, this is so friggin' long. The scrolling takes a while. This is also noteworthy. So I'm actually going to read this because it's kind of a base change to how some of the game kind of functions. We're taking cues from last year's update to support items which reduce support gold investment in their item to a one-time starter purchase. Junglers will pick one of 2 starter items which, after smiting a few times, will disappear from their inventory to permanently grant its effects as a passive and upgrade smite to chilling or challenging. So now the 2 items for junglers are Doran's Forge Heart, 350 gold, Omnivamp versus monsters. This is a lot of text, but you get the idea. It's going to be the same breakdown largely as the previous items that already exist in game. So Doran's Forge Heart and Doran's Hail Seed. You know, whether you want to do what are the items currently called again? There's the pendant thing and the machine. I never bother remembering these stupid items' names, but you know what they are. So yeah, I'm not going to go too long here. I'm not going to stretch the video out so we get ads that give you more money or something, because it's going to be the difference between me making 30 cents and 50 cents. But anyway, like I said, the important thing is this is going to be on the PBE soon. As soon as it's available, I'll go live on twitch.tv/Pons. Gotta throw that in there. So look for that later today. And as soon as there's like footage that I can send to you guys over here on YouTube, that will be available as well. So hope you're looking forward to this. Should be interesting, and I suspect just a complete balance mess for a while. Which is why there's going to be 6 weeks of testing. So some of this, in fact, a lot of what you see on here is going to get changed, like the numbers. Some stuff might get removed, some stuff might get added, who knows. But at the very least, we're going to be seeing some number changes here and there, because there's just going to be stuff that's broken. Which is, an interesting time to be testing things. So anyway, thanks for watching again. I'll see you guys around. Stay tuned to the channel for actual in-game content. Goodbye.